predictable aren't funny. This movie is very funny.
The light part wasn't funny. It was just the needed part in the movie.
You didn't think it was funny when he stapled his sleeve to the gutter and he ripped his sleeve off and then the ladder fell back into the tree. Then he went forward again. Then he's hanging from the gutter and a piece of ice shot out and hit his neighbor's window.
No. It's good for TV, but I didn't laugh, if that's what you're asking me.
Just give it a rating.
Plot, I'll give it a 7.
It's ridiculous.
I like the way Travis just crushed you the way you crushed me.
Also, what's considered a good gift and a bad gift? If you're a shitty gift receiver, you need to check yourself in the fucking mirror.
That's good.
If you're out here hoping you're getting a fucking brand new car and it's like, you know what I mean?
Hey, expectation is way too high.
What are we fucking doing here?
Right.
All right, we need to reevaluate the situation at hand.
Expectations.
Yes. So it goes both ways.
How am I as a gift giver, guys? Each other without being able to talk. What the fuck are we talking about? They never spoke a word.
You ever watch Love is Blind?
I do not watch Love is Blind. No.
This was Love is Mute.
It was Love is Mute. It was a great life lesson. It was a great life lesson. And relate to all of it, but the older you get, the funnier it gets, the more relatable it gets, especially once you start having kids of your own, once you're married.
I feel like even without like kids, I'm looking at it like, man, I can appreciate it for just the dynamic, like the father always trying to just go above and beyond for the Christmas magic.
For sure.
Whether
it's like they overdo it with a lot of it, and it feels like
let there be some question. Like there's like in the first scene, like they forget the saw, but they still get out of there with the tree because they ripped it out of the ground. How do they rip it out of the ground? Who gives a shit? It's funny.
We don't need to overdo it.
We don't need to make it so realistic that no, Clark Chevy Chase isn't ripping a tree out of the ground.
And the comedy's very dry. It's not like at any moment it feels.
Next paragraph. Kelce brothers spoke about the Chiefs' win over the Houston Texans on Saturday, with Jason Kelce mentioning the outfits Donna Kelce and Andrea Swift's moms wore at Arrowhead Stadium, with Travis Kelce saying, "Our mom was wearing the jersey I signed 2 months ago." Jason then added, "Oh, that's a lucky outfit, man." Travis said, "It's cool that Swift is wearing a red fur coat, that outfit looks really cool." Jason immediately said, "Wow, that red coat looks like it's your lucky charm, right Travis?" Travis laughed and joked, "Maybe so, and the fact is the Chiefs completely dominated the game from the start." Travis Kelce then complimented Jason's work outfit today, which was Christmas themed. Travis said, "Hey man, that outfit would look great if you let your beard grow a little longer, and if you could dye it white it would be even better." Jason laughed and said, "This is the Santa costume Kylie prepared for me." Travis said, "Wow, she's such a thoughtful person. Hey Jason, what's that big bag behind you?" Jason laughed and said, "Oh, there are a lot of presents inside. Right after this show I'm going to continue to deliver presents to the young fans around here." Travis clapped and said, "Oh, you dressed up as Santa to deliver presents, what a meaningful thing to do on Christmas. So is Kylie going with you, Jason?" Jason said, "Oh, she's getting dressed and she's going to be on air with us." Travis said, "Wow, so we're going to have 2 new guests on the show today." Jason looked surprised and asked, "Who else? I thought we only had 3 people in the plan, so who's the 4th person?" Travis laughed and said, "Taylor, she's right next to me and she wants to say hi to our audience." Jason Kelce shouted, "OMG, what the hell, wow, today is probably the most special show." Travis said yes, because it's a Christmas-themed special. This holiday only comes once a year and it's very important to us. Jason continued, "Hello Taylor, can you hear me?" Then one of their mics seemed to malfunction. Jason tried to contact Travis for a while, then Taylor Swift's voice rang out, "Hello everyone, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays." Then Travis Kelce turned on the studio camera again and continued talking about the most memorable moment between the Kelce and Swift family. Ed Kelce and Scott Swift had a great day cheering in the stands. Wow, I was really happy and excited at that moment. Jason said, "Come on man, I'm sad that I couldn't be there and witness that moment." Then the 2 Kelce brothers laughed out loud. Jason added, "It was one of those meaningful and memorable moments." Jason Kelce added, "Taylor got a hug from Andrea and Donna Kelce's mom, that was the most special thing ever." Travis said, "Yeah, it's a great family." A smitten Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are all smiles alongside his former high school coach in new photos from the Kansas City Chiefs' win over the Houston Texans. Swift headed back to Arrowhead for the first time in over 3 weeks on Sunday after wrapping up her last ever Eras Tour show earlier this month, and she saw a victory on her return. In their final home regular season outing of the season, Kelce and the Chiefs sealed a 27-19 win over the Texans to move to 14-1 and build hope of an unprecedented third consecutive Super Bowl. Travis' pop star girlfriend was not the only significant figure in his VIP suite on Sunday. Nevertheless, the NFL star also invited Jeff Rotsky, who coached him in his senior year at Cleveland Heights High School, and his daughter Emmy along to watch the game from the luxury of his private box. Rotsky shared pictures of him and Emmy with Travis and Taylor on the day, as well as a number of former Cleveland players who were also invited to Arrowhead. The now VSJ Vikings coach described the day as a blessing and spoke of his pride of what his former players have gone on to achieve in the sport. Kelce posed next to Jeff in a super expensive outfit he also arrived at the game in, which consisted of a $1,595 beige faux fur jacket from luxury designer Marni and a $4,225 Louis Vuitton flat cap. Swift, meanwhile, was wearing a fluffy red jacket and black boots while holding a red handbag. The songstress, who was joined at the game by her mom Andrea and dad Scott on Sunday, completed the look with a black fedora. Kelce had 5 receptions for 30 yards against the Texans, but his weight goes on to set the franchise record for touchdowns with Kansas City while still tied with Tony Gonzalez on 76. The Chiefs' tight end and his girlfriend have been the subject of engagement rumors over the past week after photos from her Eras Tour birthday party surfaced last week. Eagle-eyed Swifties spotted a strange detail in some of the pictures to emerge from the bash, as their beloved singer appeared to be covering her ring finger with her little finger in a snap with Brittany Mahomes and Lindsey Bell. Several photos showed Swift sipping on a cocktail, and one fan who goes by @LispWoods on Instagram pointed out that the singer's left ring finger looked blurred in one shot. This sparked a wild theory that Swift may have purposely edited out an engagement ring as not to reveal news that Kelce had finally popped the question. Swift did not appear to be wearing a ring in the pictures shared by Ross Travis, who attended the party and was formerly a teammate of Kelce's. One of the images showed Travis and Taylor looking suave while Ross is singing into a microphone. He captioned the picture on his Instagram story, "Era's complete, congrats Tay, Travis and Jason Kelce are welcoming Kylie Kelce back to the New Heights show for a Christmas Eve episode this week." The latest podcast installment is dropping a day early with Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs playing on Wednesday, Christmas Day, the usual day that new episodes are released. You'll actually love this episode, New Heights posted across their social media channels on Monday evening. The Christmas with Kylie episode is dropping tomorrow, Christmas Eve, at the usual time, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Jason's wife has appeared on the show on multiple occasions before, but it will be her first appearance since launched her own Not Gonna Lie podcast recently. Last week, Jason and Travis sent their fans into meltdown as they teased a very special guest joining them on the show. Regular listeners have been desperate for Taylor Swift to join the show, and given that she has recently finished her Eras Tour, it seems feasible that she would have the time to make an appearance. But even the Swifties were last week suggesting the guest would be WNBA star Caitlin Clark. The 22-year-old Clark revealed in her recent Time interview that the 14-time Grammy Award winner and boyfriend Kelce were keen to hop on the WNBA bandwagon once their chaotic schedules eased off. Swift wrote Clark a handwritten note when she caught an Eras Tour show, telling her that "Trav and I were excited to go to a Fever game now that the tour was winding down, and invited Clark to attend a Chiefs game." Time reported, Clark additionally revealed that she received a personalized gift from the Fortnite singer, who wrapped up her historic Eras Tour at the weekend. Swift reportedly gave Clark 4 bags of merchandise from the $2 billion global tour, along with the note that hailed the basketball star as "inspiring to watch from afar." The Kelce brothers have spoken often about their admiration of Clark, who is also a Chiefs and Taylor Swift fan. Kylie, meanwhile, saw her opening Not Gonna Lie episode knock the Joe Rogan Experience off top spot in the podcast charts. She appeared to mock Rogan fans that have been outraged at claims she has dethroned the UFC commentator in an interview with the New York Times last week. Maybe it's the promise that you're not going to get lied to, she suggested as a reason for her early success. She added, I couldn't care less about the charts. I'm focused on putting out content that people like to consume. If that puts us there, in top spot, for a week, cool. If it puts us there for longer than that, cool. But I also don't need to feed any conflict that's created by it. The article says Kelce did not name Rogan directly at any point in their interview but said she admitted to enjoying the outrage from his triggered listeners and other critics, saying, "That's getting me going." Several photos showed Swift sipping on a cocktail, and one fan who goes by @LispWoods on Instagram pointed out that the singer's left ring finger looked blurred in one shot. This sparked a wild theory that Swift may have purposely edited out an engagement ring as not to reveal news that Kelce had finally popped the question. Swift did not appear to be wearing a ring in the pictures shared by Ross Travis, who attended the party and was formerly a teammate of Kelce's. One of the images showed Travis and Taylor looking suave while Ross is singing into a microphone. He captioned the picture on his Instagram story, "Era's complete, congrats Tay. The Kelce family will be welcoming a new baby in 2025. This is after Jason Kelce and his wife Kylie Kelce announced that they are expecting their fourth child, who will be born sometime next year. As for his brother, Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs, it appears that he, too, already has plans to start a family of his own. According to previous reports, the All-Pro tight end is open to the prospect of starting a family with his girlfriend Taylor Swift. According to a new report by Daily Mail, Travis Kelce and Swift already have plans laid out for their engagement, at least somewhat. While the Chiefs star does not appear to have plans to pop the big question in the immediate future, what the couple is adamant on is keeping their engagement private if and when it happens, according to Daily Mail source. The Kelce family appears to be on board with all this. In fact, they can't help but compare Travis Kelce's situation with that of his older brother. His family jokes with him about a wedding and pits him up against his brother whose wife is already popping out more babies, Daily Mail's source revealed. However, Travis Kelce and Swift aren't letting the external pressure get to them. They seem happy to go at their own pace and are taking all this lightly. Taylor and Travis find it extremely humorous